This reading from Acts about Philip and the Ethiopian eunuch makes a joke come to mind. So there's this little town that's been overrun by squirrels, and the town's clergy are gathered together to talk about what to do to get rid of the squirrels. The Baptist preacher gets up and he says, "We held a revival. We sang and we prayed for 3 solid days. And when Sister Bertha better than you got up there and hit that high note on how great thou art, the squirrels all left. But they came back the next day." Then the Pentecostal preacher gets up there and he says, "Well, we also had a revival and we were praying and healing and speaking in tongues. And while we were speaking in tongues, the snake got away, ate the squirrels. But they came back again the next day, more of them." And then the priest gets up and says, "I don't know what you're complaining about. We had no problem. I baptized him, confirmed him, we never saw him again." It's a bad joke for the day. No, this is actually the only time we hear of this Ethiopian eunuch in the Bible, but according to Christian tradition, he did go on to bear much fruit. Ethiopia is still a predominantly Christian country, and legend has it that it was this eunuch who went back to Ethiopia after he had been baptized and spread the good news and converted the people. Like I said, they are Christian by and large to this day. Here is water. What is to prevent me being baptized? Now, you know, we in the Episcopal Church like our rules. We like our canons. We like our guidelines. And the Book of Common Prayer, which suggests 5 days on which baptism is especially appropriate. Some people say that's really about the only time you should do baptisms. I don't go that far. But we do walk a fine line between the old way where everybody would be baptized at birth, usually at a private service. Many of us were baptized that way. And a more modern understanding of baptism as an introduction to the Christian community. We walk a balance between that. And it has struck me that really what we are doing is not so much marking somebody's completion as a Christian in baptism. We are planting a seed, watering a seed, tending a seed that God has already given us. And really just doing our best to be there to help the seed grow into whatever form it takes, which is up to God and the other person with our help. But I didn't just come here to talk to you about baptism. You see, in this story from Acts, there's something which may be even more important for us all to realize. And that is that Philip was attentive to the words of the Holy Spirit who says, "Go up to this eunuch and talk to him." And sure enough, this eunuch was found reading Isaiah. And this eunuch had questions for Philip. Questions Philip was able to answer. It was this encounter initiated by the Holy Spirit that drove the eunuch to be baptized, and eventually Ethiopia is a Christian country. So this is something that we can all be attentive to. I doubt very much any of us are going to walk down the street and find somebody riding a chariot reading the prophet Isaiah. No, it comes to us in much more subtle and different forms these days. I was talking with a friend of mine recently, an old high school friend who I recently regained contact with. He was surprised to find out what I'm doing with my life, and he says, after growing up gay in Kentucky and being told I was going to hell because of who I was made to be, I want nothing to do with organized religion. And I say, well, that's fair, but why let the bad acts of the few people keep you away from a large group of people intent on doing good works and praising the Lord? I don't know if he'll ever come back to church, but this is one opportunity. I've also been invited to, of all things, a pagan gathering tonight, where they're going to have a meal in honor of some Norse god whose name I really can't remember. I'm going, who knows? Who knows? Something like this may come up. The point is to be attentive. When you can witness to Christ, when you can witness to the church in a loving way, what would you say to somebody who comes up to you and asks you, why are you a Christian? Why do you go to church? Why are you an Episcopalian? What would you say to that? I think it's something we should all be ready to answer at a moment's notice.